All right, $20 from Crusher City says something about drunk casting. What? Hang on. We're not doing any more of those yet. He says, this is only a taste of the riches I would give you for another drunk cast. ... Do it. We definitely have plans to do something, guys, but we don't want to talk about that yet. We're going to save it for a special occasion. Once again, Tremalt, you liar, you said you had no more money. $20 coming in. He says hello. I can't wait to see everyone in chat. Make sure to give these guys some Tasia claps and thank them for the generosity. But we get here into the semifinals for the Aiur Chef tournament. A lot of people still asking, what is this? It's new, it's different, it's a format you guys have never seen before. We'll explain it in a moment. But to start, in the bottom central portion of the map we have Evil Geniuses, Red Protoss HuK.
In top position as the blue Protoss, it's Hunter.
Okay, so the Aiur Chef tournament is basically a way for us to make our show matches less selective on our end. It's really easy to just pick some hype name, say, Pult, do you want to go play against TLO in a best of 9 for $400 or something? But the biggest criticism we got was that we weren't using players people liked, or that you should have invited X over Y. So it kind of bred and led into this eventual idea for the Aiur Chef tournament, where if you guys have never seen, there was a show on TV a long time ago called Iron Chef. The concept of this is kind of similar to that, where the challenger gets to pick who they want to fight for the money, for the prize, for everything at the end of the day. So this tournament, this preliminary qualifier, quote unquote, this best of one format, this determines who the challenger will be. The winner then gets to pick either Puck for the Protoss, Xenocider for the Terran, or Kane for the Zerg to fight against in a best of 7. There's a guaranteed $50 minimum prize for whoever wins this portion of the bracket through some best of ones, and of course they can win $100 if they actually win that best of 7. Plus, we also have the small caveat of a secret ingredient that will affect one of the maps that we're still waiting to reveal.
Oh boy.
I almost want to go full Iron Chef and find like a pepper and just bite into it. Get the epic zoom in the music and then cut away to like the secret ingredient.
You know, what if he was just eating like a gummy pepper? It wasn't even that impressive.
I feel like he probably, what they did was they put like an apple inside the pepper so he could bite the backside and it looks all badass. But it's really just like an apple.
Maybe. Then I loved the original Iron Chef. I remember like watching the American Iron Chef afterwards and I was like,
oh, the American Iron Chef is bad.
Eh.
Interesting out of Hunter here to go over the Stargate opener, but with HuK going for Twilight Council and most likely Blink, I mean, whether it's +3 gates or Blink, this kind of feels like HuK's classic opening. I think he'll be okay to defend. But
yeah.
Do you remember there's always that guy, like, Kuisan or whatever, like, yes, Ota? Well, it seems like the Iron Chef is planning to do, like, he'd explain thoroughly what was going down on the floor.
Yes, I mean, I kind of remember that because the same guy exists in the American version.
Yeah, it was so cheesy. I loved it. But like
it was
I definitely wanted to include that, but there's no way we could interrupt the players to be like, HuK, real quick, what are your plans this game? Shut up, I'm building. That's what my plans are. God damn it. That's always what I imagine the chefs would have been doing. They're like stressed as hell. They've got an hour to cook like 5-course meals. Like, yeah. The first thing I would say to the cameraman is my plan is to win, so get out of my face. Thank you very much.
Well, we do have HuK looking to pile on maybe some aggression. I get a sentry.
Oh, it's
2 Stargates. Okay, there's Robo goes down.
Yeah, the Robo's the most curious. 3 gates and Blink. This can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to defend first, and this is what kind of sucks because you can use the overcharge for the first one, and if you don't kill that Oracle, you're gonna have to leave at least 2 stalkers in your mineral line. You can't leave it undefended.
Yeah. Well, Hunter's following up with at least 1 Phoenix, and if it is gonna be more than 1, then the Blink Stalker is gonna be actually very
I think
nice.
he'll kill the Oracle.
Yeah, he will. It looks like Hunter didn't mind it though. Like,
yeah, 6 kills is not bad.
Yeah, in PvP, you gotta know that they're gonna have a potent overcharge unless you did something previously to know they don't have one, and you're ready to just like send that Oracle away. Like you got it like ready to go. So that looked intentional.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like for HuK's sake, I mean, he'll have production on his side. The Gateway's only just finishing up. The Robo's really late. I mean, if he goes for the attack, he should, I mean, with Blink especially, be able to maneuver around Hunter's units, but that's not a guarantee. However, this is a lot of aggression, and I think HuK, if he can do this precisely perfectly, like parting styles perfect, I think he can pull this off.
We'll see. I am really worried though. I mean, this is an all in. He spent money on a robo that he's really probably not going to use.
You could blink past
I mean,
that force field if he
unless it
wants.
goes into a macro game, of course. Then I'll use it.
I actually kind of like that he's not burning that blink right away, keeping it for a retreat rather than an aggressive attack. But with the Immortals coming out, HuK's got to be very careful. An Immortal is really good against Stalkers, as we've learned.
He's not feeding something out a little bit. It's very nice.
Trying
It
to
just
free
looks
him.
like HuK will be able to break him here, and that. I don't know how you get back from this. Hunter's already on at second base. And Oracle's dealing more damage, too. Oh.
Well, this is going to get cleaned up by the Stalkers, maybe, but it's going to take some time. He's going to lose more probes. The second base might be up, but he can't really make use of it just yet. And the thing with Van Eye is there's a lot of different ways to blink into that base. He doesn't have to keep going up through the ramp. I guess the downside is you don't get that soft contain like on other maps. Like if this was Overgrowth, HuK makes sure that Hunter doesn't have a natural base. But you're right, there is the natural down and safe and settled. And this is a really tough spot for HuK to be in now. 2 Stalkers is a lot. If he gets a third one, that's lockdown status.
Yeah. And remember, he had to warp in 2 Stalkers to even defend against the Oracle, so like the aggression wasn't consistent, and it didn't seem like it was going to do a lot in the first place, to be honest. I mean, Van Eye seemed like an interesting choice to go for that attack, and I think he was thinking about like the bajillion things that people can do in PvP, right? Like that we, as not professional Protoss players, just don't know. And he must have seen something to tell him that this aggression would work, like the gas timing or something. Then it was like the exact opposite. It was actually something that would not work. He went 3-3 aggression. It's just too bad because now I don't know if he's gonna get back into this game.
Well, I mean, there's the threat of more Oracles, which is really irritating. I mean, how many probes has he actually lost? Over 14. When he lost the initial 6 or 7, he was ahead by I think 3 or 4 workers at the time. So kind of more or less evened out. It was still better for Hunter, but HuK wasn't really at a deficit. Now he's down by quite a few probes. That Nexus isn't going to be down. It's not going to be finished for a while. These sentries might get targeted down instead of the probes. No, it's going to go straight for the probes.
The Oracles have been doing less and less damage each time, though. That third Oracle just did not seem to do.
I've never tested it. Does the Oracle beam count as a projectile? Like, does the Sentry Guardian Shield actually reduce that damage?
It doesn't count as projectile, I'm pretty sure, because it wouldn't be like a. What Ventron would deny it?
Nah, I was just curious because HuK, he's a smart guy. He wouldn't just do this for no reason. But it. Oh, lag. Hello.
Me, you, them.
Okay, it's HuK. Oh.